Hello, welcome to my Cancer season video. I've been thinking about what I wanted to film and how I wanted the video to come across, and I kind of want this to be a calming, almost meditative video. If you want to play this to soothe yourself, or doing your makeup, or even to fall asleep, I hope that the video is able to help you with that. Although yes, this is still going to be a tarot reading in a way. So before we start, I want to say that Cancer rules the moon. It rules the shallow waters, so things have been coming to the surface, whether it's in a literal sense. You know what I'm talking about if you follow the news. It's the first water sign. It's a cardinal sign of action. So although Cancer, yes, rules the home, is water, rules the fourth house of privacy and your private life, it's a good time to take action after we meditate on something. And it's exalted in Jupiter. You know, Cancer rules the heart, so whether they need a religion or not, they might, because family is important to Cancers. You know, they always go by the heart, and now may be a good time to look into humanitarian efforts. If you're into feeding the homeless, feeding the poor, into making food, your own food, now may be a good time to look into that, because the sun is shining a light on it. And Cancer is a crab. It goes towards things sideways. So although yes, we do want to take action, we might have to do things a bit more indirectly. Being a water sign is asking us to delve into our subconscious, although we see this more in Scorpio and Pisces, but it may be a good time to go to therapy and work things out, you know, especially if you have something to work out relating to family or your mother. You may find that going to therapy at this time could be very helpful. I don't want to go into other things yet, so let's see what the cards are saying. Cancer season for whoever's watching. Oh, that's very clear. Council of Light, yes. So you might be honoring a belief system that you have at this point in time. It could be something that and you could be using your belief system, religion or spirituality, or what you believe in, to help others. And Cancers, although they like to help other people, it's also good to be able to receive help as much as we want to help other people. Priestess. I haven't gotten this card before. Priestess. Okay, so this is leaning more towards the spiritual, mystical side of things. And third one, don't dim to fit in. Scorpio energy. This is kind of random, but this kind of looks like the singer Christina Perry. Okay. Sorry. Yes, now is a good time to finally step into that spiritual power that you have. You might have a gift for reading cards or working with energy, working with the moon cycle. You might be very good at connecting with others on a very deep level. Cancer season. With the Priestess and Council of Light, we are being asked to look at what is not obvious. And the sun is shining a light on the moon sign Cancer. So certain things may come into light, especially pertaining to family or female motherly figures. Justice in reverse. So we're not just using our minds to operate now. We're being called to connect to our emotions, or even our body, if you will. We're not going back and forth anymore. I think that we are ready to step into our power, ready to step into a decision, especially with planets in Leo, Venus and Mars. Devil in reverse, so we're letting go of painful cycles, painful patterns, and not just looking at the material realm anymore. We're looking at more of the spiritual realm. Letting go of overworking, because devil rules Capricorn, the opposite sign. Letting go of being too burdened by things, and now is a good time to take care of yourself and retreat. You might even go for a facial. You might even go to a beauty therapist. And if you go to a healer or whoever, this person is very experienced, very wise. This person has a lot of knowledge. They might not be sharing everything because not everything is meant to be shared. Death in reverse. Not hiding anymore. I wonder why this card appeared. 9 of Wands. So in the past, we may have fought very hard, and we realize that the more we fight with people that don't vibe with us, the more injured we'll get. Because you see, he's injured in this picture. So I think that with the Priestess here, we're being called to keep silent on things that don't need to be talked about, you know. Priestess can also mean silence or the hidden realms. So we're being called to keep things close to our heart and private, and that's also Cancer energy, because Cancers don't open up to everybody. Oh my gosh, this fell out. The Fool. A young energy, taking a leap of faith, new beginning, adventure. We're being asked to not to get too serious when it comes to spiritual things. We're being asked to also honor that inner child, honor that playful side. We are being asked to honor that free-spirited child that we once were and to go back to that. Seven of Wands. I think, yes, some people are not meant to be in our space, and that's okay. Because not everyone will be a healthy influence. That's completely fine. You don't necessarily need to block anyone, but it could be more of just through your actions, through retreating, keeping to yourself, focusing on your own work, focusing on your own life, that you find that meaning, that purpose, and that genuine self in you again. Cancers are very real to their feelings. Two of Cups, water energy, yin and yang. I see this with the black and white. There's a lion there with the sword. Two of Cards usually represent a meeting of minds, so sorry. I see this as emotional balance. Yes, letting go of the material realm. I see that very strongly. Letting go of the masculine energy and stepping in the flow of a feminine and balancing the feminine and masculine energies, meaning not always taking on logic and not being an extremist, but being emotionally balanced. And understanding that the dark plays a role as much as the light. That's important. The World in reverse. Although Cancers, the sign of Cancer is exalted in Jupiter. Cancers is a bit ironic because Cancers are homebodies. So at this time, we might not really want to travel. We might be feeling that, oh, I want to stay at home. At this time, we might want to the Well in reverse. No longer looking. Okay, this is good. Magician upright. I think Cancer has to understand that if you have this energy in your chart, or just in general, how do I put this? When some people come to you for advice, It's important to have boundaries. It's important to have balance. It's important to not lose the sense of freedom. In a healthy relationship, that's a little bit of freedom. In an unhealthy relationship, it's either you go one way, avoidance, but with Cancers, it's usually over attachment, a lack of boundaries, taking on too much of what the other person is feeling. So we have to learn boundaries right now for some of us. Yeah, now is not the time to travel. If you've been wanting to travel, if you've been wanting to go somewhere, rise. Someone's taking notes. Now is not the time to do it. Emperor in reverse. So I see a big shift in leadership roles, leaders in general, because people's true hearts will be revealed. Temperance in reverse. Temperance rules Sagittarius and Cancers. Sorry, don't know if you heard that. Cancers are more tactful, whereas Sag traditionally is said to be more honest. I think we're being called to be tactful in our communication because we may be dealing with difficult situations. King of Swords, but we need to know how to master the art of communication. Again, it's a matter of not being that overly hard shell and not being too soft. It's a balance. We have to balance it. And I think in a way we can learn a lot from Leos because they do give their hearts. It does rule the heart. But Leo is a fixed sign. So Leo has, I feel, good boundaries because fixed signs are determined. And Leo is fire, so fire signs are not as sensitive as water. Four of Cups in reverse. So we're being asked to not there is a place for sadness, but when we dwell in it for too long, we might not see the good things in life. Three of Wands. So consider all your opportunities, consider all options. There's something that you haven't considered yet. Yes, and this could be a person. Cancers keep this energy, Cancer Sun. Keep their friends close, their loved ones close, and when it comes to outsiders, they may not be as receptive or they may take a while. Someone has already communicated that they want to work with you or help you in some way. I think this person has good intentions. Someone has information. What do we need to know? Oh. Could be a fire sign. Could be a Sag. Someone has good intentions because this is the Victory card. and they want to see you succeed. Okay, so Five of Pentacles. I'm going to pull some animal cards to clarify the situation and the advice that we need for Cancer season. Moth in reverse. So we're going down deep into the psyche, moon, deep into our 4th house, our private life. And we're not afraid now. Now is a good time to explore past issues. Cancer rules the past. The moon rules the past as well. Frog in reverse. So we're being asked to do this in private first. Shark. This is more of a Pisces energy to me than Scorpio, but it could be both. And Eagle in reverse. Okay. Eagle can also represent Scorpio. The shark doesn't necessarily attack. The shark has a bad rap, but it doesn't necessarily attack. It only attack in that sense when it's hungry. And then Peacock in reverse. So there's some creative project that has been put on hold or put in the back, not being prioritized. And you're being asked to look at that. I mean, you could be feeling burnt out or out of creativity. I just got these animal cards, so I'm still trying to get to know each card's energy. And Cobra in reverse, Scorpio energy in reverse. Again, going downwards. At the bottom, we have Earthworm. Going back to the basics. The way up is down. I was watching the Michelle Khari Butler video, and then one of the guys, the programmer, he mentioned this. So, this guy, very successful, but went on to train in Butler Academy, which is all about service. And Cancers can be quite introverted. Sometimes you get tangled up in your own thoughts, feelings, but it's kind of what you need. Going back to basics. Someone is very good at their career or their business. They're quite the leader, and people may misunderstand you, your intentions. You have quite the keen eye and a very good sense of direction, good intuition as well in terms of what may happen in the business world. You may have information on almost like a sixth sense on like in your career, because shark is like a businessman like energy. trying to keep this reading as positive as possible, but there's definitely something you need to let go of. You've been trying to reach it, and I think someone is a bit of a competition, but they're not malicious. I don't feel that. I think they have deep understanding of something. And I see that you're trying to, if this is you, I think that it has kind of got you a little bit out of your comfort zone. Could be a shock, but could someone have said something? Because Cancer is a sensitive placement. Someone is humbled. Or form, someone is humbled. It kind of knocked someone out of their ego. Peacock can also be a show-off energy. Not saying that you are, just reading the card. It kind of was a good thing. You're like, oh, this is why. Because Cancer is very creative. And you need to tap into that water energy sometimes to be creative. And you're like, this is why I haven't been creative. Because I've been perhaps lashing out at people. It was justified, but not anymore. I think this person is not usually like this. They're more of this. They're usually quite light, actually. They are balanced because there's rain in the frog card. Thunder, the earth, and golden egg. Yes, that's the secret. Back to basics. An egg is very Cancer energy because Cancer rules the womb. The crab, the baby. It kind of knocked you into who you really are without realizing it. Someone sees you for who you really are. And you are precious, golden. Yes. Okay. Sharks are very old creatures. They have very good understanding of what's going on around them. I think you're so used to seeing everything from a leadership position that going back to the basics balances that out. Like if you're running a company, you might be like, oh, I need to get on the ground and go to my employees instead of just delegating the work because I don't understand what's really going on. That could be one way to look at this spread. Rabbit. Don't take this the wrong way. It's meant to help you. Whatever advice that you're given, it's not meant to embarrass you. It's meant to there's a piece of, there is a good in everything. There's pros and cons to everything. But if you take things in a positive light, there's always something good to take away from it. So don't feel like it's embarrassing or it's personal or it's meant to hurt you, because someone went through a lot. This person or someone went through a lot to help you or to find solutions for you. peacock. Why the peacock? Reverse. Horse. There's a moon there. And horse reminds me of Sagittarius. Horses run free in the field. Deer in reverse. And hummingbird. I think someone used to talk a lot and now they're like, I need to take more action. Elephant in reverse. Okay. And then at the bottom we have hawk. Yes, it could mean freedom, but I see this as someone swooping in to save you. Sometimes Cancers and Pisces have that energy where I need someone to save me, and I think you may have put a wall around yourself, and to be honest, people have tried to save you in different ways. I think that in the past you were very, very trusting of others. That's very Cancer energy. They may have stomped over you unintentionally or something like that, but that was in the past. That's how you felt about the situation. But overall, when I was asking about the peacock, I got the horse upright. So there's the moon there. Someone sees you as this, not like an overbearing leader, but it's a person who leads by example. Someone sees you as very capable, strong, but also sensitive. The horse is a prey animal still. Rabbit there. But it's still very strong. I mean, if you ever know, like, never stand behind a horse because you don't want to get kicked. They're powerful. I used to ride horses, and you don't want to underestimate their power. And Cancers can oftentimes be underestimated. But something's eating you up. Something's coming up from the dark, which may trigger you. I mean, if you're going for therapy, that's great, but it may scare you a little. So be gentle with yourself, go at your own pace. There's no rush, really. Panther. Yeah, this thing, let's not get into this. But let's look at this first. And it may keep you awake at night. But because it has wings, this, knowing this, facing this, will enlighten you. And you see, it's like you two will meet in the middle, or something like that. Someone is trying to meet you in the middle. This person. So, but it may elicit a response from you that is not, I feel anger here, anger, embarrassment. It may elicit a response that is hurtful. even if it's true, I want to clarify the shark. Oh, that was very hyena laughter. It's also the animal that eats up the leftovers, right? I think so. Working in groups. Turtle. That's this is very two different energies, but I was asking about the shark and both of these two cards came out. I think this person is usually not like this. It came across as very I don't want to say bullying, but this person is quite sensitive with a hard shell, almost like a Cancer, right? When this person is alone, or when they went to dive deep into their subconscious, they realize or discover that they're really this energy which is more gentle and a hard shell, and they realize that because they're like you, they can actually work together with you. Why the hyena though? That's very strange. Tarantula in reverse. Scheming. Are they scheming? Or is this just what you think? What's their intention? They have good intentions, but it was not taken seriously. And now they're trying something different that seems very strategic and scheming, because when this was presented, someone felt that, okay, this is too la da da da, and that's why this side came out. Take me seriously, but they're actually quite lighthearted in the past, and they held back on their stinger. They didn't sting. They were very happy-go-lucky, but not anymore. Unicorn in reverse. Unicorn is usually like the special person that you look up to, but it's in reverse. Someone let go of. I feel like this is a different energy. Firefly. Something has yet come to light. Seems small, but I'm not very connected to this card, but I mean, it's obviously bigger than this, right? So there is a positive in every dark situation. There is, I think when you are alone, you will come to a realization of something. Something small make you realize something. A realization. Someone could also be a light in the darkness, something like that. I think that's what they were trying to be by joking. Came off the wrong way. They're actually very lighthearted in the past. See? These are both animals that dolphin is laughing, so is the stingray. Therapy. Now is a good time to go into therapy. One-on-one therapy I'm seeing here. I'm gonna keep going because I feel very relaxed now, even though this may not be relaxing for someone. What should I pull? Energy of love. At your heart, you are an energy of love. You're not a bad person. You're just a person that has to do with difficult things in life, because life gets difficult. And when we can look at others with the energy of love, whether we want to talk to them at this point or not, it's not just for them, it's also for ourselves, you know, even your physical body. Make friends with us, yes. So now is the time to be alone, because you don't want to reflect negative energy. You want to be a whole person. Even in relationships, you want to be whole, not codependent. And I think you do want that for yourself. You do want to be independent. You see that you may have depended too much on others and you want to be independent, and someone sees that in you very, very strongly. And you already are that, but somehow you are not in that energy. Dawn of love, but I put it in reverse. Sometimes this just means that things take time. But this looks like a spiral to me. You know, you're trying to keep things in control, because upright it will be spiraling, right? Is everything in reverse? Life's purpose. I think at this point, you're still trying to figure out your purpose, and that's completely fine. I mean, even I am. I don't even know, like, even people in their 40s will be like, what am I doing with my career, you know? So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up over not knowing. We can't possibly know everything. You know, that's one thing we can learn from Gemini, is that to have a learner's mindset. And you do, inherently you do. It's just, you just can't see it now. You can't see it, but you are quite talented or special. You have your talents, you have your gifts, you know, but you can't see it. Someone is trying to match your energy so that you can see it, I think. Okay, I have a lot of cards on my table, but that's okay. Sometimes I just need to flow with the energy, you know. And sometimes I wonder, do people even like relate to the messages? But I think it will find the right people at the right time. So that's okay. think that if you've been hurt, you need to rest and not exert your energy. You need to rest. Okay. Whether it's a physical hurt or mental hurt, and find people that care about you to help you, because they can see your potential and they may help you to see that in yourself. You know, there's a person who sees your potential very clearly here. Okay, I think that's enough. That may not resonate with everybody. I was trying to film a little bit before this and I got different messages, but it got a bit too personal. But I mean, everybody's situation is different, so I hope this helped you if it was meant for you, and I'll see you. Bye.